how fast fulfillment changed retailing. My guest is Sanchoy Das. He is professor in the engineering department at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Hello, Sanchoy. How are you?
I'm fine, Bob. First of all, thank you for having me. We're really excited to be on your show here.
And thank you so much for appearing. I really appreciate your time. So, give me a definition. What is fast fulfillment?
Okay. So, what happens is when a lot of people hit that submit order button on their computer, something happens somewhere, and miraculously, the product appears on their doorstep the next day. So, from that submit order till the point we get that message item delivered, that interval is what is fulfillment is occurring. And the faster that fulfillment occurs, the better it is. Obviously, many years ago, it was several days. Nowadays, it's next day. Tomorrow, it's going to be today.
Okay. Your book is titled Fast Fulfillment, the Machine That Changed Retailing. What do you mean by that?
Okay. So what happens is a lot of people assume that you could just take a regular warehouse, put a printer in there and a screen, and orders will come in, and somebody will pack a box and put this label, and voila, it's off to you. But that's not really how it occurs. The Amazons of the world created a machine, literally. These giant warehouses that you see, on the side of the highway, there is a bunch of automation, technology, and amazing things occurring inside that. And that is the machine. So anybody who assumes that they have a store and they're just going to take their warehouse and it's going to start fulfilling orders tomorrow, not going to happen.
Okay. I like your use of the word machine to describe this gigantic construct. Now, of course, Amazon has perfected that model. If you're not Amazon, I suppose you could go and hire Amazon to do your fulfillment for you. But if you don't do that, how then does anybody else design for this disruption that is required in order to enable fast fulfillment?
Okay. So first of all, the good news. A few years ago, I was worried that other retailers are just not going to catch up. They're just going to go into the dust. But the good news is, and maybe the pandemic helped it, they are really catching up fast. And what they have done is, first of all, there are a couple of requirements. One is you need to get the brain power. You need to get people. And so, like you say, supply chain brain, you need to bring in people who understand this, who know the new technologies, the new automation. So that is step number one that you need. Second, of course, you need capital. This is not cheap. Let me put it bluntly. So any small retailer, it's very difficult. They just might as well do fulfilled by Amazon kind of thing. So for all the others, they have to spend the money, and then they have to take the sort of a modeling perspective and IT perspective. So there's a lot of algorithms, mathematical modeling occurring. So you need all of that in-house. And finally, you need the time. It's not going to occur overnight. So you need that long view. Once you do all of those things, then you can catch up. And the Walmarts, the Macy's are doing that.
What you might not need anymore is nothing but a collection of gigantic million square foot warehouses, such as those that Amazon has sprinkled all over the country, especially now that we're talking about micro fulfillment. We're talking about the need to put smaller distribution centers closer to urban populations. So, is that also a reflection of fast fulfillment, that the kind of warehouses, where they are, how big they are, and what they do is also changing?
Absolutely. And Amazon has already figured that all out. The footprint is so big, so wide, like you said, these micro fulfillment centers for certain types of orders. So there is a warehouse for every different type of customers. It's not the customers are not homogeneous. They all have different things. They have different price points. So they have built this very large system. And that is why at the end, for the other big retailers, they'll build their own systems, but the very small retailers, probably just to piggyback on the Amazon subscription system, is a better plan for them.
Are customers so spoiled today that they expect everything to come to them through fast fulfillment, even if they don't technically need it that quickly? Or are they more nuanced in their demands for when it's developed, when it's delivered?
So as you know, bad habits hang around for a long time. So if I can buy my groceries sitting at home, doing basically nothing, and it's coming to my doorstep, I start doing that. So now people have become used to that. They want everything to come and speed. They want speed. That is the biggest challenge. So if the moment they say they order something, say on a Home Depot, and it says delivery 6 days from now, they're not ordering it. They go to Amazon, it says delivery prime free tomorrow. That's it. They click on it. So that is the bad habits that we have all developed now.
Are the economics of the fast fulfillment model sustainable, however? We know that Amazon only partly pays for its services through Prime membership. And other companies, if they offer, maybe they're offering free delivery, or what they're charging for delivery is not covering costs. So going forward, how can companies afford to maintain this model?
Okay, very good question. So, what happens is in part of the book, we researched the actual fulfillment costs of Amazon. Now, they're very fuzzy about that. They don't tell you clearly how much they're spending, but we, sort of dug deep into their annual reports. So, around 2000, our guess is that about 14 to 15% of gross merchandise value Amazon was spending on fulfillment. Currently, my guess it is around 9 to 10%. So with all the automation, the stuff that they're doing, they're still spending that much amount of money. And remember, they also have capexes going with that. Uh, so even though people believe that it is all like a freebie, no, it is all factored into the cost, into their systems, and they are actually not splurging on delivery, if you will.
I don't know to what extent, when you were writing your book, you anticipated the severe supply chain congestion we are experiencing right now at ports and trucks, and of course, lack of sufficient numbers of drivers and equipment. How is that? Is that messing with, or is that disturbing the fast fulfillment model in a serious way?
Absolutely. It's putting it on a tremendous amount of pressure. It's like in an ICU right now.
Hmm.
See, what happened is if you look closely, this fast fulfillment infrastructure, even now, is only the built out infrastructure is only maybe 70% of what is needed. During the pandemic, that number got pushed, and right now it is pushing. So truckers are competing with bulk moves, package movements. So it's if you're a truck driver right now, it's a wonderful time. There's a lot of business. So the entire supply chain infrastructure is really stressed out. If we didn't have those gray prime delivery vehicles out there to complement the blue and the browns, we would have been in a really bad situation here.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more of those all the time. So I take it you would argue that there will be no relief for retailers and e-tailers in the future, that things are only going to get faster. How much faster than maybe beyond one day, maybe hourly or something like that, but more of the same in the future, regardless of all these challenges, right?
Absolutely. The challenge is there. The pressure is not going to go on. Speed is going to be the key thing. Speed.
Okay, there's a message for retailers and e-tailers that they have to follow. Thank you so much, Sanchoy Das. I want to remind everyone about your book, Fast Fulfillment: The Machine That Changed Retailing. I'm sure it can be found easily on all of the places which the books of that kind are found. But thanks again for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob. Fantastic to talk to you.
Thanks.
Bye.